Udaipur, Delhi, Ajmer, Bangalore, Bishnupur, Cuttack, New Delhi, Siliguri, Alwar, Ahmedabad, Goa, Jaipur, Bhilwara, Indore, Sirohi, Nashik. What about others? I want everyone to type in the chat which location you all are joining us from, and I want you all to switch on your videos. We will only start when at least 70% of the people have switched on their videos. Come on, guys, don't be shy. Let me see what chartered accountants look like. Great. So what are you all here for? Can you all type in the chat? What are you all here for? What do you want to know? What have you come here for? Can you all type in the chat? Wipro GFL, pre-placement session. Okay. Okay. What about others? What have you come here for? Wipro GFL. Everybody is writing Wipro GFL. I hope you know the whole program structure of GFL. Great. And what comes to your mind when you hear about the company Wipro? What comes to your mind when you hear about the company Wipro? I want everybody to type in the chat. Blue chip company, big IT. Okay. This is Wipro Enterprises, guys, that we're talking about here. Great company, FMCG. Okay. Okay. What about others? What comes to your mind when you hear about Wipro? Okay. Wonderful. Great, yeah. Thanks a lot for putting everything in the chat. For those of you who don't know, I am Umang, the co-founder at CA Monk, and it's my pleasure to host you all, talented chartered accountants. First of all, congratulations to you all. A lot of you look very serious and sad. I'm not sure India's won T20 ICC World Cup. You all have become chartered accountants. Now, what more happiness do you want to have smile on your face? Great, yeah. It's a fantastic opportunity for you today to interact with leaders of Wipro. A story that started in 1945 in Amalner, Maharashtra, with sunflower Vanaspati, to now 20 plus global brands, presence in 60 plus countries, 15,000 plus employees, 16,000 crore plus revenue, and such a legacy of philanthropy associated with the brand. We are talking about Wipro Enterprises. Guys, I want you to give a round of applause for all the leaders who've come here to interact and guide you on this journey towards your job. A round of applause to all those who've come from Wipro. Thanks a lot, Smita ji, Naren ji, and of course the panel for today for trusting us for this session. Thanks a lot for joining in. In a minute, I'll just introduce you to the panel. Before that, a couple of quick pointers. We will take all your questions towards the end. So please stay tuned, write down all your questions about your career, about the program towards the end. It will be great for yourself if you switch on the videos. It is your commitment to this session, and you will benefit out of this the most by turning on and committing yourself to this session, right? It's going to be a 1 hour long session. We'll also hear from previous GFL guys who've joined in the previous GFL programs. Now over to Smita ji. Do we have the speaker? I can't find Mr.
No, actually, he is having trouble logging in.
Okay.
So, Naren, if you want, I think if you can just give it a start, and then once Srivastava join, I just told him to keep me informed once he joins.
No worries. So I'll
So
just
sorry
quickly take a
about that.
minute.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just quickly take a minute to introduce the whole panel, including Mr. Srivatsa and Mr. Naren and you as well. Because that's a pleasure that I always hold introducing Mr. Naren and the panel as well. So today we have Mr. Srivatsa Naropant, 20 plus years of experience, guys. A lot of us are that age, right? 21, 22, 23. That is the kind of experience that he holds, a chartered accountant himself. He heads internal audit at Wipro Enterprises and leads global internal audit and risk assurance across FMCG and infra engineering business. We have Mr. Naren. I've known him for quite some time. He's one of my favorite speakers. He's an engineer turned finance enthusiast, and he's the mentor to GFL joinees. Wonderful storyteller. I love hearing every word he speaks. And Third, we have Smita ji. She also takes care of GFL program, helping GFL joinees navigate through their career in the GFL program. And we have Yukta, who is a past GFL. We'll also hear from her about her journey. How's it been? How's it going? Some challenges, some frank talks, some difficult questions. So a round of applause for all these four people who've joined. Thanks a lot for joining and trusting us on this session. Over to you, Mr. Naren.
Oh, thanks, Umang. Actually, Srivatsa has joined now. I can see that he is here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Let me make him the admin.
Umangi, I'm so
Great.
sorry I missed you. Last time I was on travel when you had come to Wipro House, but I got the details from Smita. And
Okay. No worries, sir. We'll definitely catch up when I'm there next time again.
Sure, would love to. Yeah.
Great, sir. Over to Mr. Srivatsa. Are you there? Can you? Okay, I think you're on mute.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Uh,
Over to
I'm
you, sir.
sorry, I'm joining from my hand phone because unfortunately I was not able to, join from either from the web, my laptop or web. So I'm joining from mobile. So somebody has to help me with the presentation, and then probably we'll start. And also, if you can help me as to who the audiences are, that will really help me to take it through.
So,
Srivatsa, I shall present and coordinate with you.
Yes, Naresh.
Sure, if that's okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Umangji. You were saying something, I interrupted you.
no, so Mr. Srivatsa asked about the audience. So these are all freshly qualified chartered accountants, just for your context.
Sure. So how many of them are there currently?
As of now, we have 174, minus the panelist, of course.
Okay. So I'm sorry I missed your intro in the beginning. You are Mr. Umang, is it?
Yes, sir. I'm Umang. I'm the co-founder at CMonk, and it's a pleasure to host you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So much, Umang. Hi, gentlemen and ladies. Congratulations. And clearing the CA exams, which is one of the toughest exams that we have in India. I'm happy to be addressing you guys on the pretext that you guys see what Wipro stands for and what Wipro has to offer the newly qualified chartered accountants. So this is one of those programs which we have initiated about 7-8 years back, and it has been anchored by Ms. Smita and Naren, who are there on the call. So I would like to ensure to take you through what Wipro is, what Wipro stands for freshly qualified chartered accountants who are come out who are qualified, and what we bring in terms of giving a career path to the freshly qualified chartered accountants. So before I start, I need one help from Naren. While I'll be asking couple of questions to the participants who are there, who are joined in, I'll not be able to see what they are saying. So if you can just let me know, read out as to what they are saying. How many of you guys know about Wipro? You can raise your hands and Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. A lot of people have already raised their hands.
Have they raised their hands?
Yes. Are you
Oh,
planning
very
to call them to ask what they know about Wipro? So please, guys, those who have raised hands, don't raise just hands because you might be asked what you know about Wipro Enterprises.
So Umang is preempting my next question.
Go ahead, sir, if you want
Okay.
to.
So Wipro is future of FMCG. Oh, very nice. The future of FMCG products, leading industry in FMCG. Very nice. To Wipro Enterprises, good to know that many of you know what Wipro Enterprises is. But tell me, what are the major brands? Do you know which is the major brand of Wipro? Multinational IT service company. Okay. IT. Okay. Okay. So consumer care, business consulting, Santur. Wow, very nice. Yardley, Wipro LED, Yardley, Chandrika. Wow, nice. Amazing. Amazing. Now I know for sure I'm addressing the right audience who not only know about Wipro but also know about Wipro Enterprises. And that's a fantastic thing. Congratulations to all of you that you know about your future employers if at all you get selected. So the fact is Wipro as a family, we are broadly categorized into IT and non-IT. We are the non-IT part of it. We are the company which started Wipro way back in 1945. So we just want to take you through how the journey started for Wipro. Okay, so this is when the Wipro company started. At that point in time, which was all of you would know as a snippet, that Wipro, the abbreviation or full form of the Wipro is Western India Products Private Limited. So we started way back in 1945. So it was started off with Vanaspati oil at that point in time. That was the only product which was there at the point in time. Slowly, over the period of time, we got into soaps, we got into IT in 1980s, and then the journey started. A big journey, and we are one of the first companies to have got listed in New York Stock Exchange. How many of you knew that Wipro was the first company to have listed in New York Stock Exchange? Okay, so just to continue, so we started our journey way back in 1947. At that point in time, Wipro Consumer Care was the initial company which was existing. At that point in time, it was nice. So we started off in 1947, listing in BSE. Naren, if you can go to the next slide. We entered IT services in 1980s. We launched soap in 1980s. And finally, as a group, we were a multinational, multi-geography conglomerate, which was diversified in various businesses, which included IT as well as non-IT businesses. Now, non-IT businesses is broadly the rhythm changes. As you can know, non-IT includes FMCG part as well as our infrastructure business, which some of you have mentioned, and hence the promoters at that point in time, the shareholders at that point in time of Wipro Limited thought that since the rhythm are different for both the businesses, we'll have a demerger. And hence the IT and non-IT businesses got demerged in the year 2013. Okay. Naren, next. Yeah. So as mentioned in the previous slide, 2013, we decided to segregate IT and non-IT. In non-IT, we have these businesses. One is consumer care and lighting, and the other one is infrastructure business. As many of you rightly said, Our consumer care and lighting business is one of the largest and the fastest growing businesses in India. Infrastructure is so diversified that we are into multiple businesses within that. As a two conglomerate and who have diversified their businesses into multiple geos, multiple categories, multiple businesses. Wipro is one of those. The other company being the Tata groups, the other company being some of the Mahindra and Mahindra groups. So we are one of the truly largest conglomerate company in India. Okay, so basically our businesses are broadly divided into two. One is consumer care and lighting, and other one is infrastructure. We also have a joint venture with Kawasaki, which is a Japanese-based company. The other one is Wipro, which is US-based. These are ancillary or adjacent to our businesses, and that is the reason why we show keen interest in them, in learning their technologies, in learning their sharing the best practices, kind of a thing. So we, as a group, we have broadly two businesses, which is consumer care and lighting. Other one is infrastructure, and we have JV of Wipro Kawasaki and Wipro GE. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Again, if you see in the geography side, we are present in more than 80 countries, and we have most diverse businesses across. Each one of us different from each other. So we'll come to know more about what they do in the subsequent slides. So before we go to the business, what does Wipro stand for? And what does Wipro value stand for? We are very passionate. All Wiproites are very passionate about this. We always talk about success of the client, success of our customers. Without their success, we'll not be able to go anywhere, right? And hence, we say these are the true spirit of Wipro. We are passionate about our client success, our customers' success. We treat each other with a lot of respect. We want to be global and responsible. Always you have to ensure that you revert on time, you deliver what you commit. So this is what we always want for you. Always communicate whenever you are doing, right? And finally, and the most important part in our value system is the unyielding integrity in everything we do. What does it mean? What does integrity mean? Can some of you type what integrity means for you? Good, honesty, straightforward, right? Loyalty, nice. Ethical values, fantastic. So most of you are in the right direction. What we call integrity is always doing the right thing, and most importantly, doing the right thing when nobody is looking at you. When everybody is looking at you, you might do the right thing. When others are not there, you might tend to take an easy way out, but that is not what we stand for. We always stand for integrity. Means one of the definitions, one of the benchmarks which we have is doing always the right thing, and doing the right thing, especially when nobody is looking at it. So hence, integrity is the most underlying principle in our ecosystem. Naren, if you can go to the next slide. So again, this is only to make you more curious about our organization. We are present in almost all the continents in the world. So as you can see, we have major operations in India, Southeast Asia, China, Europe, some parts of Africa, US, both Americas, North and South Americas. So we are truly a global organization. Our number of employees is about 20,000 plus across the globe, and we take pride that each one of us follow the same strategy. Each one of us are guided by the same principle and same value ecosystem, which I showed you before. Now coming to the critical thing. As many of you have seen consumer and lighting, what does consumer business have? Consumer business has multiple businesses within consumer care. One is called the B2B business, the other one is B2C. Let me start with the B2C business. This is our B2C business portfolio. Okay, we are a personal care and a home care company in India, one of the largest and fastest growing personal care and home care company in India. Many of you as rightly have pointed out, the largest brand which we have in our portfolio in this system is Santur. How many of you use Santur? Santur hand wash. Yes. Yes, very nice. So I see a lot of enthusiasts and many people know about us, and it's fantastic. As I speak, it gives me a lot of pride. We are almost present in every Kirana stores, every modern stores, every e-commerce platform, and our portfolio is filled with. If I go to modern stores, 20-30% of the portfolio, whichever aisle I go, it is filled with our products. Same goes to our other geography, which is in Southeast Asia. Whenever we go to any of the modern trade stores, bulk of the products there, 30-40% of the shelf space is occupied by our products. So this is both. This is called a B2C business of ours in consumer care, which is basically largest brand, Santur being one in India, Chandrika being another, the switches is another. And we are present in multiple categories. We are present in soaps, liquid soaps, hand wash. In every category we play a leadership role, and we are Santur, as you might have read in the newspapers in the recent past, if anybody knows, Santur has become the #1 soap brand in India. It has beaten Lux and Lifebuoy. It has beaten Lifebuoy recently and has become #1 brand. So such a big brand and portfolio of brands is what we have, and we take a pride in mentioning this. While we are large in the categories which we work on, in the brands which we work on, we ensure the humbleness and the nimble-footedness which we have in the organization, and that is what is keeping us as a fastest growing category leader. Okay, so this was some of the brands which are in international. Just one slide back, Naren. International business, I don't know, many of you might have heard or not heard. How many of you have heard Enchanter? Enchanter and Romano are the biggest brands of Unza, which we acquired way back in 2007. Max Clean is one of the biggest brands. Enir is one of the biggest brands. So these are the portfolio which we have for the same B2C business, customer-oriented businesses in Southeast Asia predominantly. We are also present in Middle East and Africa with the same brands. So that gives the strength for us in major part of Asia, Africa, and Europe. Okay, can I have the next one? What are the other businesses which we are in consumer care? We are still in consumer care, by the way. We said we have two segments, two divisions. One is consumer care and consumer care lighting. Other one is Win. We are still in consumer care. Within consumer care, as you saw, we are present in home care, personal care. Now this is the next one. Food business is the one which we have ventured into recently in 22-23 through acquisitions. We know for sure food being the largest, one of the largest unorganized sectors which are there, running into 1 lakh crore in the market size. We want to make it organized, more organized, and these brands, Brahmins, Nirapara, and our own self homegrown, Granama has helped into getting into the food business. So this is so far doing fantastically well. We are very happy about the progress what we have, and this gives another avenue for us to expand horizontally. Next. The other part, so far whatever we talked about is the B2C business. That means we are touching base our customers. Now these are the B2B brands. In any organization, in any buildings, in any new construction, wherever you see, it has to be supported by the lighting and the seating. This business is called our consumer institutional business. Wherever there is a new building, you will find lighting solutions. Wherever you find the street lights, airports, you will find Wipro as a solution partner. So this is one of the largest businesses which is there for us. This is a B2B brand, where that means our customers are not the end customers. Our customers are basically the large institutions, large offices, office spaces. This is where we have entered into. As you can see, we are entirely diversified. One, we have a business which is touching base our customers. The other one, we are touching base the institutional customers, which are basically the big corporates, right? So this is one of the largest and fastest growing in India. We have won lot of awards, lot of R&D happens here, and we work with collaboration with one of the largest multinational companies like GE, the the Philips of the world. We compete with Philips of the world. So this is one of other side of our consumer business, which where we can say we are not number one in this, but at least we are hoping that we'll be number one in the coming decade. Okay. The next. The adjacent to lighting is our seating solutions. So again, when I say corporate offices, in corporate offices, you'll find lighting solutions as well as you need place to sit. So Wipro is one of those very few companies which give an end-to-end solution for office spaces. We were also into furniture some time back, which we have exited, but we are into providing lighting solutions as well as seating. And the seating of late, because of the young generations, Generation Z, Generation X, Generation Alpha, they want place where they can collaborate and work. So we also ensure design of such spaces, ensure that it is eco-friendly, ensure that it is green buildings. We work together to give an end-to-end solution, not only for lighting solutions, but also for the seatings. Okay, we are still in Wipro consumer care business. Next. Now, so that was the major part of our consumer care business. Now we are entering one more rhythmic business, which is our infrastructure engineering. Now, infrastructure engineering, I don't know how many of you know, what do they do? What do you see here is a JCB truck. This JCB requires what? It requires actuators, it requires hydraulic pumps, hydraulic solutions. These are the ones which are manufactured by us. So though you will not see a logo like Wipro Consumer Care, where you have a brand, you have a thing, but we are the top suppliers for the JCBs of the world, the Tatas of the world, the Mahindras of the world, where every system requires a hydraulic actuators, the one which you can see in the picture. So this is the business. This is one of the oldest business of Wipro Infrastructure Engineering. We started off with hydraulics in Pune in Bangalore, and now we are number one, at least in terms of organized players in infrastructure engineering. Next. The other business, one of the major businesses, again, this has come through acquisition, while hydraulics has homegrown. Automation is one of the largest businesses which we have within infrastructure. And this is basically an automated solution line, which we ensure our clients get. So what does it mean? It means that in any big factories, say, for example, an electronic vehicle manufacturer, it has a production line, and there the entire raw material passes through an assembly line where everything is assembled one by one, either through manually or through automated lines, and a final output is going to come, final product is going to come at the end of it. So we are helping these manufacturers in automating their entire assembly line right from the beginning till the end. And this is basically, we are present mainly into electric vehicles, electric vehicle systems for both two-wheelers and four-wheelers. Our largest customers are the well-known names in both India and internationally, the Fords of the world, the Stellantis of the world. So we are present in this business. This is one of the unique businesses which we have. This is one of the second largest businesses which we have after hydraulics in Wipro Infrastructure. We see a huge growth potential in this. We have grown significantly in the last 5-6 years post acquisition, and this is one of the cherry picks for the Wipro family. Okay, next. And finally, we have additive manufacturing. I don't know how many of you would have seen. Even in the recent past, there are a lot of scope post AI and 3D printing has come. Anything can be 3D printed. These are one of those businesses which has a very high potential, though the size in the current scenario is very less. but this has a huge growth potential in the industry. Many of them who want to experiment with complex designs, complex manufacturing, they can have this 3D printed first and then go for a final assembly line kind of a thing. So this has huge potentials right from the smallest of the sizes till the largest to an assembly line. So we are present in this business for quite some time, and we are of course one of the leading players in this industry. Okay, next. Finally, aerospace. So aerospace is one of the largest business again in Wipro infra engineering. As you can see, we are so diverse. We are present in anything and everything. Even aero, we are one of the key component suppliers for Boeing. Boeing as a Air Force aerospace company. We supply multiple parts like actuators, hydraulic actuators, spare parts to the aircraft itself, to the manufacturer of the aircraft itself. So this is again one of the unique things. This is headquartered in Israel for us and spread across India, US, Mexico. So this is one of the most complicated and high gestation industry. What we can one aircraft if it has to manufacture, it goes if you plan today, it will be delivered 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. That is the type of gestation period which we have. Again, we are one of the largest and trusted suppliers for the airline industry, especially for Boeing. Recently, we have got into, and it was in the news, that Wipro has also ventured into, and we have done an acquisition in the form of Luak, where probably we'll get entry into Airbus as well. So we have covered from both the sides, Airbus and Boeing being one of the leading manufacturers of aircrafts. We are present with both of them. Okay. And finally, water. Now again, one more diverse. So wherever there is a large organization, large manufacturing organization, you have to be energy and eco-friendly. You have to recycle the water which you use. So wherever there is by statutory needs, you have to recycle the water consumption, reduce your water consumption, ensure water is recycled and used for the production again, or used for the environment and growth of forest and plants. So every organization, every large industry requires a water purifying plant, and we are present in that case, in that business as well. So this is again one of the leading and fastest growing industry. Last 2 or 3 years, we have grown significantly in water business. And finally, this is the new entrance and the new baby of Wipro. As you know, we recent past, what is driving businesses, what is driving different business categories, use of AI, and with that comes the manufacturing of chips. So we have entered into these electronic materials where we will start with, though it is just started. It is very new for us. We have brought in a lot of experts in this to start a separate division, and we monitor. This is the future where we want to ensure that we manufacture the electrical components, we manufacture the chips. Today, chips, as you know, the chips are entirely imported from other countries. So we want to manufacture, we want to set a precedence. There is a lot of help from the government in this front to promote this industry. So we want to ensure that we are one of the early entrants and ensure that we start manufacturing and make India proud, make in India the logo. We project the Make in India chips for the rest of the world. So this is one of the new businesses which we have. This will become the fastest growing in the coming years, and we are very gongo about it. Yes. So that's about the businesses what we have. So how many of you thought that we are present in so many businesses? How many of you knew? And that is the reason why when I started my conversation with you guys, I wanted to ask you, what does Wipro mean to you? What are the companies? While we are very sharp in understanding things, how many of you really knew how many of these industries we were present in? Yes. Yes. Exactly. Very good to know. Very happy that you guys are so keen, so understanding. One of the success of any organization is the diversification. Um, Wipro believes in diversifying not only from the portfolio perspective, but also from the industry category perspective. We want to be not only present ourselves as leaders, but we want to ensure that we give back to society what it requires. So hence, we are almost present in many of the industries which people are there. We want to see how we can contribute. The logo being um, ensure that we not only be leaders but do it in the right way, we do it in the right spirit, do it in the right. So the value system which we saw above in the beginning, that helps us drive all these businesses. And we have a leadership team which we are very proud of, and they ensure that they are the top players in each of the category which they work on. So this is about Wipro Enterprises. Now coming specifically for what I am taking this session for, to entice you into what is there for a finance professional, especially chartered accountants, once they clear. As you are aware, so finance at Well has these many functions, which specifically are focused on ensuring the CAs, however new uh, they are put into and given the rigorous training is given for them. In fact, Wipro was one of the oldest companies, one of the first companies to have a cohort program during the golden days in Wipro Limited, where the fresh chartered accountants were onboarded through campus. They are rigorously trained through a particular period in various functions, and they land up in the multiple roles of the other businesses, the businesses which you just now saw. There's so many businesses. So we are one of the very few companies. The other companies being GE and some of the Tata organizations, they had these programs. Like, we are one of those elite companies who not only ensure that we have sufficient talent on the bench, but in all the businesses wherever we have to go, they go with a lot of confidence. You clearing CA exams is the first hurdle, but that is not an excellence in itself. Excellence, as you are aware, it's a journey. It's not an end state, and we have to ensure in all this in all these training programs, what we do gives the best to a chartered accountant from a career perspective. So in finance function, as you can see, these are the functions which are there. Let me start with the function which I lead, the internal audit. Uh, my I head the internal audit for Wipro Enterprises, and I have a sufficient team to ensure that we cover and give assurance to the organizations, so that the processes are working fine. There is no leakage. The objectives of the companies are met. So this is one of the most critical functions which is independent and it reports directly into the board. So that is my function, internal audit. Then we have controllership. They are basically into ensuring the operational efficiencies of the finance function, as well as ensuring reporting and revenue and recording to reporting. So they ensure the processes. They are the first line of defense. One of the part of the first line of defense to ensure things go right, especially in the finance function. Then comes the most critical part where I have spent most of my career, is the business finance. Uh, while internal audit is responsible for giving assurance, controllership function is prevalent for ensuring the processes are right, design of the process, ensuring that things go right. Business finance works hand in hand with the businesses. They ensure they get the thought. The future CFOs are in the business finance function, who work very closely with the CEOs of the organization, who work with the decision makers of the organization. While internal audit and controllership are in somewhat are independent, they have to do what is there as per law, as to how it is to be done. Business finance is the one who are the thought makers. They think analytically. They think what is working, what is not working, get into different divisions of the different functions. They are the finance POC, and hold the rest of the businesses. For example, rest of the business functions. For example, they will be in touch with sales. They will be in touch with marketing. They will be in touch with R&D. Anything which has to work with finance, front end with the finance of in the organization for various functions. They route it through business finance, and of course, legal and secretarial are support functions which are always there. They ensure compliances are met on time, filings are done on time. All the CEOs, directors are covered from all the actions. So these are the ones who are really critical from the point of compliance. Tax, of course, tax team is one of the most SME subject matter expertise functions. They are experts in ensuring the best best and optimal way of tax planning for the organization, what to do where, how to comply. So this is what the tax function is about. Though underappreciated and underrated, they are the most critical functions, especially in over the last 1.5 years, 2 years. They have ensured that not only the assessments happen fast for our organization, but they have also ensured the best optimal tax planning has been done for the organization. Naren, I cannot see my slide.
I think he dropped.
Sure, I'm just sharing 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just go to the previous slide? Yeah. And finally, the treasury. Because of the size of the business, what we have, we are a $2 billion company. Because most of our business divisions are profitable, we generate huge cash. We have a cash holding across locations of about $1 billion. How to manage them effectively, ensure the maximum returns is what is handled by the treasury team. So treasury team, again, like tax, this is one of the most critical and SME people always, at least in the recent past, what I have seen, they either want to work for treasury or they want to work for tax. And of course, with the advent of AI, these things have become even more interesting of the ideas which no one could have thought before. One of the things which is not covered here from the finance is also IT. IT is in the heart of all these functions together. They ensure that they support all the finance function together. And when somebody joins as a GFL program, they also work very closely with the IT team. In fact, whatever next slides, whatever you will see, it is driven through the IT initiatives which we have taken. Okay, now coming to the GFL program in itself. GFL, what does GFL stand for? People might have already seen. It means Global Finance Leaders. What I have seen in the last 8 years is it doesn't matter how much of experience you bring in, but what energy you bring in. And what we have seen in the recent past is the candidates who come out of CA, because of the fact that they have trained, they have so adaptive to technology, they are so agile, they literally fill up. Spaces where we used to get CAs with the experience of 3 to 4 years. This is sheerly because of the thanks to our CA Institute, with the rigor and the syllabus which they have, and the training which we still impart, unlike other professions of the articleship. This has really helped us bring in the brightest of the brightest talent. And of course, to get selected, you have to pass through so many hurdles from now on. Who are interested, should go through so many hurdles, which probably Naren and Smita will help. Now, what is this GFL program? Once you are assuming that you are selected through the interview process, rigorous interview process, what we have, you join on day one. Your activity is cut out for the next 1 year. We exactly know, the leadership exactly knows where you guys will land. It is a simple thumb rule what we have. The first 6 months, it is divided into a single year is divided into two parts. The first 6 months, either you will work for internal audit team or with controllership team. Why is that? Can anyone think and let me know? Understanding, health understanding. Very good. Very good. What else? Very good to understand the processes. Finding interest. Very good. Cross-functional. Start with basics. Okay. Understand the process. Understand the environment. Process and controls. Amazing. You folks are amazing. All of you are right. All of you are in some shape or form, you are right. The main reason being the only two functions which touch bases with all the other functions. When I say not only within finance, but also outside finance, whichever function is there, the only two functions which touch bases and understands them in depth are these two functions, which one is the internal audit functions, other one is the controllership functions. And that is the reason why, to understand a business, different businesses, different business rhythms, different processes in each of those things, the best place which you can be is in internal audit or in controllership. It is like the two umpires in a cricket field having the best view. One is the leg umpire and another one is the straight umpire. So this is the functions which people will enter into in the first 6 months of their training, and the next 6 months is divided into 3 months each, where each of the guys who have got selected are given a specific business problem. And when I say business problem, these are the contemporary problem statements which various businesses would have. It might be in areas of revenue recognition, it might be in the areas of operations, it might be in the areas of freight optimization. There will be specific areas which there is a challenge for the business people to work with. So we use this opportunity to ensure whatever you have understood in the last 6 months, go and apply, go in depth, work with the business teams, work with the process owners, work with various functional leaders, and ensure you deliver what they are asking for. So there are 2 projects which will be given, contemporary problem solving projects which will be given to the candidates. They'll work first 3 months for in one project. They have to ensure they give solutions, they have to present, and also not only present but implement. So it is also critical that you deliver. It's not that it's a theoretical exercise what we do. You are also responsible for delivering. So each of the leaders will have specific call outs what they have to do. You will agree with the business leaders, you deliver, you present, and you ensure that it is completed. So these are the 2 things which you do in the next 3 months phase for the next 6 months. And finally, when all these things are over, at the end of 1 year, depending upon where you fit, what is your aptitude, what are the things which you know, you will be given a landing role in any of the businesses or in any of the functions which you might be picked up for. So this is at the leadership who is running this program. They will ensure that basis your capability and the need of the organization, wherever you have to fit in, you will exactly land in that role after 1 year. So this is what is the GFL program is about. In the meantime, during this, I don't know whether you have Smita's and Naren's slide. Next slide is what, Smita? Yes. During this, while you are working with internal audit, while you are working with controllership, or while you are on the projects, one of the key things what we have is how do you get trained? while you guys are experts, you have come with your own thing. The corporate environment would be probably new. How to navigate in terms of soft skills, how to navigate in terms of hard skills, how to navigate in terms of expertise, how can you leverage AI. All these trainings will be given to you during this first six months to 1 year time. And I'm happy to say that Ms. Smita and Naren, who are the co-anchors of this program, they are doing a fantastic job. They are like parents to the two guys, at least professionally in office. They take care of the GFL's GFL needs end to end, be it professional, be it emotional, be it as a colleague. They ensure that they bring in the best out of the GFL candidates. Next. Now this I'll let Smita and or slash Naren to take you through as to how the selection process happens in well, and what are the things which you'll have to guys do, and of course for the compensation part. Naren, Smita.
No,
Hi.
sorry, Umang. Actually, I think, Naren, you're able to unmute. Okay, he was not able to unmute, Umang. That's why.
I just made him the host because he rejoined, that's why. Mr. Naren, your video is not visible and you're not audible as of now.
I'll do one thing. I'll take it up from there. So the thing is, okay, I hope you can see my screen as well. So for the GFL program, we have already opened the registrations right now, and I'll share the brochure. And so we have a written test, and the registrations actually this is I'm sorry, actually just my system was actually acting a bit weird. I hope you can see in the meantime. So this is actually for all the CAs who qualified in the Jan'26 attempt. And so for the GFL program, we have the eligibility criteria that we look into. So it's open for people who cleared CA finals in maximum of 2 attempts, both groups put together, and a minimum of 55% in finals. And the thing is actually the reason, I mean, we require all the candidates to join by 30th of March. So the reason is like you inform Srivatsa, the thing is from April, we want since the first 6 months, you will be either in controllership or internal audit. We want to have and give you an insight into the whole company itself. And this is the best time actually, starting from April, from the beginning of financial year, you can have a better idea about the company. And the posting, it will be in Bangalore for the initial 6 months, but it will require, because if you are in audit or controllership, that you might need to travel as well to different locations. For 6 months, the project can be anywhere in India, or it could be an international posting as well, depending on the projects that are available at that time. And the compensation is 12 lakhs per annum, and you get a 2 lakh engagement bonus after 28 months. So that is about the program. And I think since we are sort of, it's almost 6:25, I think it's better if I let Yukta speak, because hearing from her will make a huge difference, because she is of your age and she just joined last year. So you'll be able to connect better with her. Over to you, Yukta.
Hi, hello everyone. Hi, Umang. Firstly, congratulations everyone for clearing CA. I know it's a big thing, and you don't even get time to enjoy it before you're dragged into all of this interview process and all. Like one day you're just putting all your books in the cupboard, hoping to never see them again, and the next week you're taking them out again, studying for the interviews. So it is a big challenge, like to clear CA, but you still have to study again for the interviews and all. It can be sometimes irritating. I can understand, and frustrating for everyone. But I believe that it is like your holy book that you always are going to go back and refer. Especially I did. I still have my CA final accounting audit books here, because sometimes in case studies you have to refer them, and you have to just refresh your memory about the concepts. So don't expect that you're not going to see them again, is what I'll say. Coming back to my experience, so first 6 months I was part of the controllership team. There are some 90 plus entities in Well. So my task was to consolidate their financials and prepare the annual report for Wipro at a consolidated level and standalone level. Then, along with that, I was like the point of contact for the auditors if they have any queries. So this time I was the client side, not the auditor side here. And if there are some micro automations going on in the team, the leadership would have expectations from you that you contribute to it, if not lead. Then coming to my projects. So my first project, both of my projects were with consumer care business. My first project was with international business, where there was this one working that they were preparing, which was very repetitive. Every week they would download some dump from SAP. They would select whatever columns they need from that, and they'll put it in an Excel, and they'll create some working and finalize some numbers from it. So my task was to automate it. So I prepared a Power BI dashboard, which would just copy all of those steps that is done manually, and it would just automatically, with one click, you'll get the numbers there for every week, like that. Second project was with consumer care India part. So the Santur brand, Jiffy brand that you guys mentioned, it's with that part, which has also transitioned into my landing role. So I'm currently working in the business finance team for the CC India business. And the second project was also an automation part, but I think it's a level up to the first project, where I have to work with the closely with the IT team regarding Python, AI, Google BigQuery in automating some cost sheets. So that is being continued along with my landing role. And in my landing role, I basically prepare MIS, right from sales to cost to GC. We calculate for all brands, and then we prepare various reports that is being circulated across all the leadership team. Yes, and few of the challenges that I feel that you can expect is, before Umang asks me, I'll tell you, is that there are a lot of things happening. So you have to learn to manage your time better. I think CAs already have that skill inbuilt, because that's how you clear CA. You have to manage your time, but along with your roles, you have various case studies happening. So there was time where my audit, like my financials were being finalized, auditors were asking me queries. I had pressure to finalize the accounts, and I had to also prepare for a case study. So you have to do both, you have to manage both. Here, along with your work, your learning is also given a priority. So it's on you how much time you're able to take out from your work and put into that. It's little bit similar to how you used to study during your articleship. I think you'll get that vibe here. Yes.
Okay, great, guys. Any other questions for Yukta, who has been in the place that you are currently? If you have any questions, please put it in the chat specifically for Yukta. We'll pick them up right away. How is work-life balance? Yukta, you're on mute. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, sorry, I was unable to unmute. Work-life balance, it's now it has become steady. But before, yeah, along with your work, you have to manage case studies. That becomes a task. Like you need to take out time from your work to work on those case studies, and the case studies are designed by the mastermind himself, Naren Nair. So it's not easy. You even AI cannot answer those case studies. I can guarantee you that. So you actually have to use your brain.
Great, yeah. A good question would be, what is the learning like? How is the learning? Are you in are you in your comfort zone, or how does work take you out of your comfort zone? How does it keep you on your toes? That is a good question, which I think you've covered a portions of it, but
Hmm.
if you want to add something on that, you can.
Okay. One thing that was made very clear from the start, like Sachin, the CFO, he had clearly told us that he expects that within 1 year of this GFL program, you're expected to grow as much as a 3 year CA professional would be in a normal career. So that is the expectations that's set for you. So you have to match that. You have to continuously analyze yourself whether you're growing in that way. So the growth is there for sure. I am working with things which I had never known during my articleship period. I did not know Excel could do these kind of things before joining Wipro. So the growth is definitely there. And I joined Wipro only because I wanted to learn. So that was my goal. And I feel like if you want to learn and grow in your career, it's a good way to start.
Guys, one thing I can for sure tell you, not a lot, actually, very rarely do companies have such a structured learning program for CA freshers, a dedicated 1 year structured learning program, which puts you on a CFO trajectory, right? It's very rare to find such excellent programs in companies. So this is a good chance. If you are eligible, definitely apply. Don't worry about the number of vacancies. If you are confused whether 54 will work, 54.5 will work,
Just
apply and let the process handle the rest, right? If you're confused, just apply.
Yes, and adding to that, Umang, I think most like the companies which have such kind of programs are only limited to like the AIRs, the rankers. I think Wipro
Correct.
opens it up for people who are not just rankers, so it opens up to everyone. It doesn't
Yes.
differentiate between if you're a ranker or not. It
Correct,
has
correct,
certain criterias, but I think majority people are covered in that.
correct. Do marks of CA Inter matter and passed out every exam in first attempt? Yukta says CA Inter marks don't matter. Okay. Anything else, guys? Any other question? Where you can apply? Where's the brochure? We will share it across your email. You would already have received an email from CA Monk. If you are not in a WhatsApp group, you can join the WhatsApp group. We share everything there. If still you have not received after this session, go check your email. You should have it in your email by right after this session ends. Yukta, anything on what to prepare for the interview? What is the written test going to be like?
Okay, the first would be return test. It might, I'm not sure. My return test was based on FR. So it had a lot of conceptual based questions. It is not very straightforward where you can just take a calculator and calculate one number and give it. It's conceptual. It is going to test how deep your knowledge is regarding FR. It's again made by Naren. So that's a disclaimer for you guys. For the interview, in general, I'll give you an advice that be very sure about what you're writing in a resume, because that's your face. That's the first thing that a hiree is going to see. And whatever you're going to write, that is their field of asking questions. So my interview was entirely, first interview, technical round was entirely based on the resume. What I did in my articleship, my articleship wasn't transfer pricing, which I thought before interview is a niche field for the interviewer to know about, but they asked me questions which even I was unable to answer. So they will send you for a toss whatever you write in that resume, and what kind of your hobbies you are, like everything. Why did you change, if you have changed your articleship, or if you change your firms, why did you switch the firms, everything they'll go into in detail to know about you. That's how the rigorous the process is.
Know what's there on your resume. It's the prime property. Every pixel on a resume is a prime property. Know every pixel of a resume. So there's one person asking, will there be aptitude test also, or is it just the written test is just technical?
Just the technical.
Just the technical. Okay. Great. Anything else? Let me just wait. Anything else? Anything else that you want to ask, guys? Otherwise, we are nearing time towards conclusion. Anything else that you want to add, Naren ji, Smita ji, Yukta? Anything else? Final comments? What to study for the test? I think Yukta already mentioned, covered a bit about what you can expect in the written test.
It's predominantly just from the application point of view that we look at things. So, whatever you have studied, it is not that you have to study anything new or anything like that. I'll tell you the thought process. It is not to double guess the ICAS exam paper, but there are certain challenges that you will face when you work in a certain in a company, and that will differ from if you're joining stat audit. It's a very different challenge. So we want people to be set up for success. And that is the only criteria that we follow throughout your written test to everything. That is what we look at. So it is not that, once that eligibility criteria, every organization has an eligibility criteria, which is decided not just by Smita, me, Srivatsa, or, Yukta or anybody like that. So it's a organizational decision. We might have difference of opinion about that, but that's a decision. But once that is done, we don't really, we just look at what is the content good that you are bringing in. Just keep that in mind. Should not be a problem at all. And yeah, and a second, one thing that came up also, that it doesn't matter where you start from, where you come from, big four, small four, whichever set of this thing doesn't matter. Just bring your heart and an open mind. That's all that matters for us. It has worked for me. It has worked for countless people in Wipro. And that is what I would also advise and suggest. That's all, sir, from my side.
Great. Anything else, Mr. Srivatsa, Smita ji, or any final concluding remarks? Otherwise, we'll end the session.
No, I just want to wish all the candidates the very best. I think Umang, you're doing a great job in giving the platform to the young minds and brightful minds. I wish them all the very best. Be rest assured that the candidates who go through the process, whether they get selected or not get selected, the experience which will go through will be very, very unique. And if they get selected, they will be, and I can write it and give it to you, anyone here, that they'll be the brightest minds and they will have the most successful, like the way Yukta is. Today, Yukta is one of the stars performers in our last GFL batch. The amount of, as she rightly said, she has handled a lot of pressure, but having said that, that is what has made her what she is. I don't have any hesitation in saying that she's one of the best candidates who we had over the period of over the years in the GFL program. So all the best, very best to all the candidates who will be participating. And I encourage you, if you have the guts, ensure that you can get into this program and give it a try. And whatever happens will happen for the best. All the best.
Thanks a lot for joining us and guiding the cohort of these chartered accountants. Thanks a lot for joining. One final time for those of you who don't have the application link, there's one in the chat. If you can't find it, don't worry, you will get it on your email as well and the WhatsApp groups as well. Just stay tuned. 14th is the last day. Do not miss it. Apply. This is your best chance to get into a company which has such a big legacy and such a structured learning program. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in. All the best. Bye-bye. Thanks,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Naren and
Thank
Smita ji
you.
also.
Thank